we live? Spooky, we're live. Spooky's not enjoying this. Welcome everybody. Don't stop. Whew. Anyways, hello, welcome. I'm here figuring everything out. How are you guys all doing today? For right now, I'm just going to bring my computer screen so I can see what's going on. Hello, Danda's Junk. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I said I was gonna go live, and I sporadically haven't gone live for 2 weeks-ish, give or take. But I have been projecting. No, I have not been sharing the project because I've been making progress on it. I've done a few projects that it just didn't seem like something to share. Fixed the dishwasher. There's a piece of glass, like a little piece of glass lodged into the motor right at the propeller. Well, anyways, had to pull that all out and put it back together. And the garbage disposal at the same time, had to fix that. So I feel very accomplished, but I haven't produced anything that you guys could see. Actually, the biggest project I've been working on is, let me get out of the way. I'm kind of proud of it. This floor! Ta-da! My library floors, as I call them. Okay. Sorry. I had laminate flooring in here, and I ripped it out, and these floors were painted on, like they sprayed the walls, and they didn't bother painting, masking the floors because they put laminate over it. And so I had to scrub all that paint off, etc. But that wasn't the part that really took my time. See this corner right here? It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Ta-da! Okay, so that corner was covered in grout. The reason they covered the whole entire flooring, these gorgeous floors, in laminate was because there was tile grout. They tiled just that front 4x4 section. Yeah. So there are lots of videos on how to get it off of subfloors, but not hardwood floors. They're like, good luck, just go into it with the sander, and I'm not ready to sand the whole floors. I love these library floor look. So I went in and I did that. By hand. And no, it doesn't come off with a chisel. No, it doesn't come off with heavy sanding. You know what it does come off with? Boiling water and really soft, you know those green, like, scrubby pads? Anyways, oh shoot, I took it off my drill already. Earthquake. Anyways, my drill is no longer pretty. Look at, it's all muddy and gross. It still lights up. You can see the lights through it. You guys can't because the light's right behind you, but my drill made that job a whole lot faster because I got one of those. It was a black scrubby pad, so it was still a plastic bubbly like sponge. So the softer the sponge, the better it worked. The harder the bristles, the less it worked. So the more force you tried to get rid of that mud, the less it did. But once I got a slurry going, it just came right off in sections. So it took me quite boiling water, scrub, microwave some more water, scrub, run out of the battery, replace the battery, throw some more hot water on. So anyways, long story short, I went through all the different grip patterns of the sandpaper, and because I'm not doing a giant thing, I didn't rent the big sander, and I don't have a disc sander. I just had a flat little Ryobi sander. Anyways, I did it by hand, and that's what I've been up to, not streaming. But I'm happy. But I'm very proud of it. I think it turned out very nice. It's not done. I have to seal it, but two things. I was secretly thinking if I could get a better color match because it turned out darker than I thought it would, but it is like the most. I used golden oak. Golden oak. I took pictures and tried to match and things like that, and it turned out the right color on the not damaged section, but on the damaged section, it's just a darker stain. But it's okay. At least it's an even section, and I get to keep my library floors. So throw mat over it. But at least it's not grout and mud. And yeah, so anyways, that's what I've been up to. Welcome, Ralph Mork. And welcome the 45th Clown. No, I'm not moving. Yes, I moved everything around. So, like, no, I don't have a studio set up. Yes, I have the space cleared out. And all the dust is taken care of. Oh my gosh, so much dust. What dust doesn't bother me as much as foam dust? Like, I dealt with it, but it didn't give me any of the crazy reactions that foam dust does. But yes, Stan does junk like a scuff pad. The scuff pads were what I was using. Those work significantly better than the wire brushes or the hard scrubbing. Like the more I tried like to use brute force, the less it worked. But the more gentle, like mopping did better than like chiseling. So it was a lot of scrubbing and boiling water. But you know, determination. I'm stubborn, and maker's gonna make. You know. Yes, Dan does junk. Wood is more natural and foam is more synthetic. Yeah, I have no tolerance for synthetic dust. Okay, so that's what I've been up to, not sharing projects, but I still have been productive. And I was also going through some of my old projects and I found these. Kind of like, here, let me move my laptop out of the way so I can hold these. So I've been going through my old portfolio recently and updating it and fixing it up. And oh my goodness, does it need some updating and fixing up? So this is completely behind the scenes. This is not anything finished. It is me just kind of gathering some of my old work. And I realize I have a lot of old work that I haven't documented. It just really hasn't happened. So I started putting it together and then I laughed because, does anybody remember this old picture? I did not draw this. This is from Tyler Pessel. I've only known his name from reading, so I don't think I'm pronouncing it correctly. But him and his brother are really good artists. They're on Instagram. One is Art Freak, and the other, anyways, they're amazing artists, and they sent in these drawings, and so I loved it. I was like, a creepy book about my artwork. This is like the perfect picture for my cover. Anyways, no, this was not damaged in the mounting of it to this book. But I kind of wanted to show you guys some of the things that I've done and kind of some of the things that I've worked on and working on a little bit of my own personal artwork itself, kind of letting you behind the scenes of what I do, because I believe most of you guys know me through Odin's channel, Odin Makes, and we met through Smosh, through wardrobe and costuming, and I don't really talk about like what I do and where I come from and where I'm going, kind of a thing, mostly because I hardly know myself, but yeah, hi Toby. So anyways, thank you 45th Clown. The floor looks really good. Hard work paid off. Thank you. It's not finished yet. I still have the polyurethane layer to go. I'm doing like an oil base because it's a 4x4 foot section. Believe it or not, I think this is going to be enough. And then I'm going to rejuvenate the whole floors. We'll see. Well, I am going to do that, but at least it's not tile. And when I do plan on redoing everything, I can fix any of my mistakes. That's at least what I'm telling myself. So, hi, Toby. Okay. So anyways, without further ado, storybook time. I'll show you some pictures, just see how well these turn out. This is the Ella dress that I designed for wearyourloveXO.com. It's the Ella. It has a square neckline, full circle skirt, a tulle tie back. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at these gorgeous braids. No zippers, fully stretched. You can lift your arms, you can dance all night. Super comfortable stretch lace. And this one's named after my sister. It's called the Mason. Of course, there's pictures of these online that are much better. It is a boat neck with a V-back and a full 24-inch train. Yeah, I've made that for, I'm going to skip these couple pages because they're clients that actually made the dress specifically for. But it's gorgeous. This is an example of one of the largest dresses I've ever made. They're the smallest pictures in my book, but it's the largest dress I've ever made. It was 15 feet tall and 35 feet around. It was for this artist named Taylor Parks, Parks spelled P-A-R-X, for her musical beauty, I can't talk, for her music video. It's either just, wait, what was it called? Slow dancing? Was it slow dancing? Anyways, that was the biggest dress I've ever made, and I absolutely loved working on it. But also for that same the same director that I worked with on that project, commissioned other art pieces from me, and that's where I made these projects. I made that cone bra and this glitchy outfit. It was based off of a tracksuit that turned into a glitchy box craziness. And the person that commissioned these pieces has commissioned another piece for me that I plan on starting to pattern today. That I'm gonna. I plan on patterning today and kind of taking you a little bit behind the scenes of me working on that. Oops, not there. So I'm going to be working on a piece that this is the sketch I was handed. So this one should be fun. It's going to be something crazy like this too. Oh boy. So this section is my personal art section. I don't have any besides this photo of this collection that I created because I let that hard drive die. If you don't turn a hard drive on in over a year, you could possibly lose all the data. So I'm having difficulty with that. But I did an entire collection that I called Notions that I made out of measuring tapes, bobbins, sewing pins, like all the things that you use to make garments. I made garments out of. It was like really cathartic. It's one of my more favorite art pieces that I've worked on, and I did it for me, not as a commission piece or anything. So I will have to share that if I can ever get more of that. But I did post some of those photos, some of the behind the scenes shot my friend Jody got for me. I posted those over on my Instagram account. So it's not completely lost. But this is also a dress I made out of trash bags. It's all out of plastic garbage bags. Here. There's pleating in the bodice. And Yeah, and this other one, I am currently getting it photographed. It's down in Southern California right now. Uh, but this is my only photo I currently have of it. It's a plastic dress I made out of the plastic bags that the fabric we make wedding dresses out of comes in. So it's a plastic 1700s gown. I absolutely love it. Um, that was a fun one to make. Okay, this is also some of my crazy artwork. Husk, wasn't the plastic dress really noisy? The blue one wasn't incredibly noisy because it's lightweight, but also you don't put a microphone down in the wrestling of it. Um, the clear plastic one, yeah, that one's really noisy, but it's actually, believe it or not, lightweight and fairly comfortable because there is breathing room and it's not like, that one isn't as hot as you think it would be. So surprisingly wearable, both of them, for being plastic dresses. Um, 45th Clown, do you always arrange photo shoots? Is that an important part of the job for the memories? No, honestly, I don't always do photo shoots. It's kind of one of the things that I've been trying to do more of lately because a lot of my work, if I do it really well, you don't notice because if I dress up characters into their costumes, their costumes and the character just kind of meld and you don't think about that somebody else picked out their outfits. You know, you just think of that as the character. And I don't know, I just started, proof I make things, you know, like I made that dress and if I didn't photo shoot it, it's just sitting there hanging in my closet. It's one of the reasons that I make sure that I put my finished projects in garment bags. So it's like, it's official, it's done. You know, like one of the problems with fashion as an art form is there's no copyright. One of the problems with fashion as an art form is there's no copyright protection or artistic protection. It's either my personal art. So if I don't photograph it, did it really happen? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I haven't photographed, but I've been trying to make sure that I do photograph. Like this piece that I did. Sorry, there's a ring light. Here we go. And yes, that is a jewel encrusted uterus on it. That one I call Hands Off My Liberties. And yes, that dress is made out of panty liners. Yes, and that panty liner dress is my LinkedIn profile picture. But and here's a couple of the fashion illustrations that I've done of things I've designed. Good focus. But that's kind of my personal artwork section. Here's some random pictures of things that I have worked on that I just need to go look up some of the photos to go with them. Like one of my favorite costumes I ever made for Smosh was Ian's Miss Frizzle. And the reason this picture exists is because when I read the script, I wanted to, Miss Frizzle's dress always matches kind of the subject matter of what she's learning about. And I really wanted to make her kind of crazy with angry uteruses and Xanax and martinis all over it. And the director just gave me like this look like, what the heck? Can you draw me a picture? So I drew him this picture. And I got the go ahead and I made Miss Frizzle's dress. I loved making it because I started out with like a basic circle skirt and a sweater, like a collared sweater combo, very basic plain purple. And then I like was cutting out felt uteruses and martinis and Xanaxes. I even made Ian like giant Xanax earrings, which were stuck on using sticky dots. They were very, very comfortable, by the way. So if you have to do big, giant, chunky fake earrings, sticky dots are more comfortable than clips or magnets, just FYI. But that one was one of my more favorites. And people seem to really resonate with her dress. So it was, anyways, that was one of my absolute favorite projects that I did. Miss Frizzle, I absolutely love her. So I have to get a picture of it done. I haven't yet. Also, I guess I really like dressing Ian when I made him the king for, we worked on so many videos. I don't even remember the names of them, but this one it was for Clash of Clans video game shoot where Ian was the king. Anyways, he ended up looking like that, so I have to find that picture so you can see it finished. But one of the jokes was the knights were saying that they have a giant target printed on their chest, and this was the look that I came up with for their giant targets on their chest, and I thought it was funny. But yeah. Austin Lips. Hi, Felicia. Sorry, bad spelling. I forgot how to spell your name. Sorry about that. Felicia. Felicia. I know, it's not easy. It took me a while to figure out. Oh, yeah. And this was also a Smosh one that I absolutely loved. Ugh. Star Wars meets film noir. This was Shane's outfit, 1940s Star Wars kind of character. Courtney's was my favorite. Hers was absolutely my favorite. She was gorgeous with anyways, but I did like working on that one. This is some of the dance where I did like so many years ago. I think this one actually looks dated to me. So yeah, that's from my breakdancing phase. And this one I did for an episode of Beyond Geek. It was a mermaid tail that I helped him pattern, design, and make on the Beyond Geek channel. I gave him these two sketches to choose from. This was inspired by a killer whale and a goldfish. And what I find very interesting is that Joe was colorblind, and the contrast of the orange really popped to him. You know, when the colors you see aren't the same as the colors other people see, it just really fascinates me. And like what really pops, like that orange popped. And so I really had fun playing with that fabric. But yeah, that was fun making up mermen. Speaking of mermen, here's a merman. That's the stuff that didn't make it into the portfolio. But almost made it into my copy. Luckily, no work was destroyed. But mermaid shoes, pebbled leather with a mermaid heel. I want them still, eventually. My skills are catching up to my designs. And then last but not least, just kind of gets out of my costume fashion design and gets more into my production design, because this is not my production design portfolio at all, but I styled and produced this image in college, and I got my friends together, and I believe Marcus Meisler, I absolutely love his photography. If you look him up on Instagram, he does a lot of commercial shoots now. He knows his lighting. Anyways, he's the photographer on this, and I got my friends together and we recreated this Renaissance painting. My friend Hava and Crystal rocking it, my friend Phil. So this is the original. This is the one that we did. Trying to get it so you're not seeing all the rain, but that was in my friend's garage on an air mattress. I thought that turned out really fun. So I was going through my old portfolio, starting to pull out some of my old stuff and thinking about new things that I need to put into it. Like I needed to do the Notion shoot, and that plastic dress is coming in, and then I just got off of some projects and I'm about to start some new ones. It's like one of those things that I never take the time to stop and just, yes, things I've done. But I hope that kind of helped you guys understand a little bit of my design style, because I feel like I'm really good at picking up aesthetics, and I often can do other people's styles really well. So let me see what y'all are saying. Let me pull this over here so I'm not looking over here like a crazy person. Thank you, Husk, for thinking that I have fun and creative work. Ralph Moore, looks like Inspector Gadget with the lightsaber. Yes. It's just that noir, those old coats, but then I did the layers with the wraps and then the fedora. You know, Jedi meets noir. It's the big what if Star Wars for Smosh. So if you want to see what that one was, because it was what if Star Wars and we did a bunch of different ones. But that one was my absolute favorite. I love Star Wars. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Dan Does Junk. Welcome, Maker JP. Thank you, Austin Lips. What have you missed? I was talking about projects that I worked on that I wasn't filming, but I was projecting. And I showed you guys a little bit of projects that I've done. It's just a small sample of things that I have proof that I've made. I have to photograph a whole lot more to even, but so I showed you that, and then I was going to pattern a skirt for a commission piece that I'm working on currently. So that's where we've been, that's what we did, and then that's what we're gonna do. Hope that helps. Thank you, Big Bob's Props. Ralph Moore, cool design, those shoes. Thank you. I'm going to make those happen one day. Working on it. 45th Clown, that looked like a huge range of styles to me. Yes, and that didn't scratch the surface, like at all. It's really hard to explain. I hope I gave you a visual just taste, if that makes any sense. Dan Does Jump say, all I know is how much of a beast you are with what you've done and continue to do. Thank you. Thank you. 45th Clown, do you like the alternative Star Wars cartoon, blanking on name, did in Japanese and other styles? Honestly, I haven't had time to really invest into it, to really look into it, but as long as the story's good, I'm open to other stylized versions. You know, I even love Lego. Ionalith, oh yay, I didn't miss this. Hi everyone, welcome Ionalith. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Austin Lives, I am only good at trees, but that is, you're really good at art. I messed up if I tried to draw that good work, Felicia. Well, thank you, Austin Lives, I appreciate that. Okay, so that kind of gives you a little bit of background on some stuff I've worked on. Hope that helps. Now I am planning on doing, I showed you the picture, but I'll show you guys again. Let me pull it back up. I plan on working on, here's the sketch that I was given. Nice and crazy. So that skirt, the measurements that I was kind of given to work with is about 3 feet circumference. So it's going to be very big and like a ballerina skirt. So not completely straight out, but it is going to be a shallow conical shape. And so I kind of wanted to work out the shape on cardboard. Toby's currently laying on the cardboard that I plan on doing it on. But yeah, we're going to do some circle math, and I got to do it live in front of all y'all so that we can figure out how to do this. So I am going to pull up my calculator, and I need a pencil to sketch this. Here's my pen and a piece of scratch paper. All right, calculator. Yes, I just got a new phone, so I'm still kind of figuring out where everything is. I'm just going to search. Okay, so circle math. So if we have a 26-inch waist for the model, we're going to add about 2 inches of positive ease at the circumference, because we may end up taking that in, and I'd rather have too much than not enough. And plus, we're going to be shaping it into, instead of a flat circle, it's going to start to cone. So I want a little more wiggle room. So we're going to take 26 plus 2. That's 28, and then we're going to divide it by 3.14, which is 8.917, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to just round it up to 9. And that's the amount of, yes, the monolith, because of pi. So that is what we are going to use for our diameter. Now, 9 divided by 2 equals 4.5, which would be our radius. And that, depending whether we use the diameter or radius, kind of depends on if I can fit it on 1 piece of cardboard or 2. So if I do half a circle or the full circle. So that's the math. Do I have to do any other calculations? Well, I have my stuff in front of me now. Well, if I do, I'll just do it when I'm there. Ooh, Liana just ate rhubarb pie. Sounds good. Damn this junk. I want pie now. That reminds me of Pushing Daisies. I used to love to watch that show while eating pie, because it always looks so delicious. Just appreciate the hard work. Look at these floors. There was latex paint all over them. Toby, move. Toby, move. Toby, move. Cardboard. No, Toby, no. That's not your spot. Look, he genuinely doesn't believe me. That's his spot, he says. Okay, let me tip this. He knows better than to stand on my fabric. Oh, well. Okay. Yes, we are on the floor today because we're just going to deal with this. Because this is how I most. Toby, Toby, come here. Sit. Can you sit? I need you to move, okay? I know, but I need you to move, okay? Please sit. This is not scary. You go on that one. Go on that one. We can figure this out. It's okay. Let me see how big this piece of. It's a Toby trap. He is the kitty cat, isn't he? But okay, so let me just measure this to see how long it is. 43. 5, 35. All right, I'm gonna have to do this as a 2-piece skirt. So this is going to be my front, and that's going to be my back. And I'm going to see how big I can make it off of this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to use something else to pattern this with. Start with finding my center. I'm going to mark my center so you guys can see it. Right here. You guys still can't see it. Okay, So I marked my center. Hope that's a little bit better. Um, Ralph Mork, I've been cleaning my place all week and I found something I lost months ago. Funny story about that. My absolute favorite measuring tape that I've had for since I was in design school. Okay, I've had this for ever, and it's my absolute favorite measuring tape. I know it's stupid, but you know, you get used to your favorite tools, and it got cut. Sometimes measuring tapes get cut. The end got cut off, and I was so freaking sad about it. But I found it, and it wasn't cut, and I couldn't figure it out. I had two for over, I don't want to admit how many years, but I've owned two of these. I've moved multiple times. I've gone through my sewing stuff so much, you know, I think I know what I have, especially it being my favorite tool. I had two of them, and I never even knew it. Like, that blows my mind that two of them existed. Anyways. Yes, Toby is a big baby. On the floor, there's so much of it. I know, I worked so hard on it. Might as well use it. Yes, you can see the mark. Okay. Okay. Dan just jumped. I still have a drafting pencil I got freshman year of high school. I've never owned a pencil for this long. Right? I get it. So anyways, we did our maths. I have my maths here, and since we are doing half circles, I'm going to use the diameter measurement, and then we're going to stick them together. Is that going to be correct? Hold on, let me think about it. No, I'm going to use the radius. Is the radius? Hold on. Math, live. Let me just 4.5. If I was only going to do a half circle, then I'd use the diameter, but since I'm doing a full circle, I'm going to use the radius. That's the thing. Okay, 4.5. 4.5. Yeah, so I could put a pin in it, and then I would know it was in the right spot, but I am spinning right on the rivet. And 4.5 is an 11 and a half, or I rounded down to 11 centimeters, but this is just the math for this particular skirt. All right, so I have that drawn in, and then I also I wanted it a 3-foot circumference diameter I want it to be as wide out of a circle as I can get it. Do you have a compass, Felicia? Yeah, but this is easier. Normally I just stab it into with a push pin with a piece of cardboard behind it, and I just use my measuring tape. Or at the costume shop, we have a clamp with a giant spike at the top of it that we clamp it onto the table, and we use a giant measuring tape to do like the giant circle skirts. But there's lots of different ways you can do it. I'm being lazy and only using my measuring tape right now. Okay, so now 36 inches. This is not going to be big enough. It really isn't. I have it at 21.5. Here. 21.5. Okay, I'm just gonna do it as wide as I possibly can so I can get a prototype out there. And then I'm going to, yeah, because I just want to get something built so I can kind of feel what the structure of what I have to do, because I'm getting the fabric soon and I want to be prepared when this fabric comes here because it's going to change my patterns. But let me see. Let me just mark this as flat as I can. Let me see. Okay, 21.5. This is not going to be nearly as big as I want it to be. I'm going to definitely have to source bigger paper for this pattern. Dan Does Junk says it's cold and a bit wet outside. Perfect weather for spray painting. Right? Spray painting in the winter is the worst time to spray paint. But if you're going to and you have to, a couple things I suggest is getting a Home Depot bucket full of hot water. So you just heat up the water and your tap as warm as you can get it, like just let it go as hot as it gets. And then you keep your spray paint in the warm water, and then you shake it up and use it, and then you put it back in the warm water so that it stays warm. And it works significantly better and you get way less bubbling. And then keep the airflow up. So well ventilated. I know the moisture is an issue, but from my experience, having the hot water bucket makes the biggest difference in spray painting in less than ideal weather conditions. Because most of the time that by the time I got to spray painting, I need it done the next day and it's nighttime. Uh-oh. Yep, that one was off. Okay, that fell off. There we go. 21.5, not 22.5. I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm going to make silly mistakes. 21.5. Uh-oh. This baby's going to come over here. 1.5. All right, you guys can see none of those marks. not a Sharpie, really fine tip point. Fine tip point pen. Let me just. And okay. Half a circle. Half a donut. Dan does junk. To craft with so much space. I know, I'm being spoiled today. I'm totally taking advantage of it. Okay. All the space. You can have that one. All right, when you're cutting out circles, if you start going straight for a quarter to a half an inch before you start turning, you will have no points going up or down on your circle, and you'll have a much better circle cut. So it's a weird thing, but it makes the biggest difference. So you just go straight for a quarter to half an inch before you start turning. This one has been mathed. The other half we don't have to because we can just trace this one. And that's exactly what I plan on doing as soon as I get Toby to move. Toby. Hi. Is that Bruno? Hi, Bruno. You have the hot dog? Okay, perfect. Aha. All right, go. No, Toby, go. Go. Off. No, off. Get off. 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 Get off. Get off. Thank you. I have the cardboard back. It is mine, not just Toby. Nope. Nope. No, Toby. Stay. Stay. Okay. All right, there's a Toby. But, yeah, so now this part's easy. It doesn't actually have to be centered because it's cardboard. There's no grain line. There is no underlying grid that affects structure or support. It is just a giant piece of paper. So, but I'm using the straight edge because it makes life easier. There was a wrinkle in it, so I will do the outside line, not the inside line, but this is already going to be too short, but it's just a Just a practice pattern. All right, cut this out. You know what? I have clips. I'm not using them. I should though. Hi, Spooky. No, I'm not going to trim Spooky's tail. Spooky. Okay. Hi, Spooky. I have the first part of my ballerina skirt. I think I'm going to increase the circumference of the right here by ½ an inch all the way around because I want to, I think I'm going to need it. So if I just, where is it? Mwah, that. And I will use this pen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Yala, hi, Spooky. Yes. Oh, kitty. So much hope to be given, yes. Thank you, Spooky. So this rule, I cannot speak. This ruler makes life easy because it has a ½ inch seam allowance in the pink. So I don't even have to like, okay. Interesting. So I often, at the 1 inch marks, I make the T's because I have a straight line to tee off of to get a really good consistent round curve. But this doesn't have those marks. It only has the pink marked off. Oh well. This is why the blue grid rulers are my favorite, and I'll make this work. Sometimes I do dots, sometimes I do lines. It doesn't matter. Now I have a happy face. On that side, and this side, zero flat, we're flat. You know, spooky is my favorite pattern weight. You know, I used to use cans of tuna. Spooky hasn't seen me use cans of tuna yet. All right, so I'm going to overlap this about half an inch here. And I'm going to glue them together like this, overlapping it this half an inch. But before I do, I'm going to kind of mark out my compass points. I'm going to pretend these are my sides. Should I do these as side seams, center front, or center back? I think I'm going to mark this as my center front seam. Because whatever I take off in the back, I can put my zipper there. So yeah, this is going to now be my center front, and that will be that automatically my center back. But that is going to change. This is overkill. It's a Gorilla Glue stick. Hey, Toby, can I see this? Thank you. I don't want to get this glue on the floor, so scrap cardboard. If this doesn't work, I have 3 other types of glue. And I don't think this doesn't work. Maybe, no. All right. Hot glue it is. That tape's not going to do any good. Okay. While the glue gun is heating up, just relaxing. Hi, Spooky. Gonna come say hi? Oh, you are soaking wet. He's soaking wet. Good thing this is just a pattern, right? So, while we're waiting for the glue gun to heat up, show you Spooky's favorite toy, my measuring tape. Probably won't play with it because we're on camera, but my little pocket panther. Oh. So let me see. The co-hosts got to get their screen time. Amen to that. Co-host guest stars. Not the main attraction, right? This is my spooky shadow ninja. I was gonna say bust out that Ryobi glue gun. Love this thing so much, so much. Between these, I use more than any other tool I own, and this has helped me fix that hole, that corner. It's helped me fix my fence. It's just, and then the glue, hot glue. Granted, I've seen many atrocities done with hot glue, but they make me laugh and I love it anyway, so I'm all for hot glue. Okay. Is it hot yet? It's getting there. I'm letting it get just a little hotter. Meanwhile, no, that's not going to stick. That tape's not going to stick. I have contact cement, but I don't want to wait for that. I'm just going to wait for hot glue. And here we go. Nope, I'm impatient. You smoosh it and you smoosh it and you smoosh it. The harder the glue is, the easier it is. I am going to put cardboard underneath here so it doesn't accidentally glue my floor because that would suck. Plastic can melt out of the way. Um, 45th Clown, how many of your own clothes do you make? That's a very good question. Depends on... A lot and hardly any. So sometimes I get in my head something that I want and it doesn't exist yet. That's the worst. I have to make it happen. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. Sometimes I make three trying to figure out what I want to do with before I make my actual final one out of the fashion fabric that I want. Like I made 3 matching jumpsuits that I absolutely love. They're all slightly different, but I was trying to figure out the pattern before I used them out of my favorite fabric. I made dresses. I make a lot, but I don't make a point to sew my entire wardrobe. Yeah. 2020, my goal was not to purchase any clothing and to wear something different every day. I reached both of those goals, but I do have 2 sisters and I do have a ton of hand-me-downs. I purposely do not buy projects, so I do not buy clothing that doesn't fit or that I plan on changing in some way. If I change it, it's usually with a safety pin for that look that I'm going for, but I make it a point not to buy projects because I have too much clothing as it is, and I can't have clothing that just doesn't work. But I do make enough of my clothes that I can't say that I don't, but it's just mixed in, and I like to do a lot of knitwear because it's comfortable. But good question. I'm not exactly sure, but Definitely not a majority of it. I do make things here and there. Spooky. I think I'm going to need this now. Line this up. Okay. I need this to line up straight. That's not going to happen with Spooky right there on that seam. Perfect. There you go, Spooky. You can be on that side. I'm lined up and straight and ready to go. Let me add a weight onto here so it doesn't slide around if the cat jumps on it. You know, thinking ahead sort of. Austin Lips, I'm back. Good work tonight, Felicia. Thank you, Austin Lips. Welcome back. All right, let's try this again. Oh, good. It's nice and hot. Spooky! You are a dangerous killing cat. Good thing I have a line to follow. Smoosh it and smoosh it and smoosh it. Doesn't matter. This is just a pattern. And I'm over here trying to make sure it's perfect. All right, kitty cat. So, reference image. Not that. Reference image. This is what I'm trying to kind of do with the skirt, nice and flared straight out. Oh, hopefully you can figure out what that was. So now, figure this out. My center front. Hold on, let me glue this a little better. I don't want it doing that. I'll do that real quick. 1 second. Hold it, smoosh it, smoosh it. Danda's Junk, do you have a red laser for Spooky? Mika loves chasing the red dot. I did. He likes feathers and he likes my measuring tapes. His favorite toys are jingle bells and measuring tapes. Like my measuring tapes, if I put one in my pocket and walk around the house while I'm doing my crazy pacing while I'm patterning, Spooky will follow me all around the house. Okay, much better. Baseline, and then I'm going to I will be interfacing this thing like crazy. The question is how big of, I think I like that conicalness, that shape of the cone. I feel like that's pretty good. Do I look like a ballerina? I got my ballerina shoes. Let me see, where is this marked? Hello. I had it marked and then I moved the camera and moved my hand. It was about this much though. So the 2 inches I added and then that extra 2 inches that I added by adding a 1/4 inch all the way around. Now this. You guys can't see my cone. I have a volcano shape. think this is the cone, the shape that I'm going to go with. I need to mark it at the top and at the bottom. I need this thing. Okay. Yeah, twirling around on your tippy toes can be fun if you have balance. Yes, if I can get the skirt together, I will twirl on my tippy toes. It is my favorite thing to do. I've been doing it since I could walk. Tippy toes. Yana, Felicia, do you have a bar in your house? I have multiple places where I can practice. A back of a chair always works. And in that back room where I was filming are 2 giant mirrors. Okay. So, here's my circle. I'm taking out this big of a chunk of it so that this will be the cone shape. So it was doing kind of funky things with the weight all funny, so I think I am going to mark my seam allowance and trim off my excess. Don't worry, I'm only live. Whoops. Oh well. Anyways, let me finish this up real quick. Glue gun is still hot. I am going to glue it up until 7 inches ish. Okay, so I trimmed off my excess. I marked my seam allowance, and then I marked down 7 inches so that I can get in and out of it. I'm probably going to put a zipper along this line. And so I'm just going to glue it up to this point so that we can try it on. Oh, it wasn't plugged in. Is it? I'm just going to make sure it's nice and hot. Give it a second. Just give it a quick second. Okay, let me see. Dan does just. Yana says, Felicia, do you have, oh yeah, you said that. You need to show us your layout so we can formulate and be right back. What was loud? I don't know what happened. Did I bump the camera or something? Anyways, the glue gun is heating up. Yes. Oh, when my phone rang, yes, it's literally by the speaker. Hi, Bruno. You decided to join us? He's a good boy. Glue gun is not dripping yet. I want it really hot because if it's not really hot and I'm doing a long seam, it's really not worth it. Okay. You want to let this back now? Welcome back. I'm just waiting for my glue gun to heat up one more time. Guess what? Burn a butt. Anyways. Okay, almost finished. Is that gonna work? Let me try. That's hot. Good job. That hot. This is a test. Well, this is embarrassing. I always hate the store. It's so claustrophobic getting into new clothes sometimes. Now for the back, I am going to use a pin and just stab it together for the moment. So it just stays on. Ganda's Junk says, are you getting rain? It's coming down a bit for me. Yes, it's definitely raining outside. Spooky was outside and he left marks. Okay, we have a crazy circle skirt. All right, spin time. Okay. So arm span is not quite my full arm span. That was the goal, was to have it full arm span. It's about my hand shy. So I do want to do a bigger circle. I have an idea of now the right shape because I can take this and just increase the perimeter by 4 inches all the way around and use to make this happen. So how am I going to remove that now? Oh, it is, I just take out the pin. So I just put a pin right here in the cardboard. It's only glued up to this point right here. So I can still get in and out of this. What if I put these seams on the side? So I can still get in and out of this. What if I put these seams on the side? That's my next question. How does that affect the shape? Not bad, actually. Okay. Having it at the side seams, I think, really does help with the coning. Anyways, here, let me turn this thing up. Okay, here's the crazy skirt. I threw on my ballerina shoes while the glue gun was heating up. No, they're not real good ones. But we're going to try twirling in this, okay? Ready? Let me follow my things. This is just the pattern. We're working on getting the whole thing together. I think the seams on the side make me happier. Because when there's too much structure in the front and the back, it makes it like point to the front. But going straight out from the side makes a lot of sense to me. So I think I'm happy with this pattern. I'm going to call it a day. I don't have my fabrics yet. I will find out what my fabrics are soon. And when I do, I'll show y'all. Because I plan on taking you guys through all the steps of me making this weird commission piece. So this is my first pattern for the circle. I do have to measure my circumference and make sure my math is correct, and then I will add a waistband. I think I'm going to do about an inch and a half waistband. Do a button on the top and then a zipper on the side to here where I marked it. Yeah. Awesome. That's nice spinning around. Thank you. I like twirling around. Always have, always will. All right, let's. I think it's better if I just wiggle out of this one. And I'm just going to pop this out because now it's my pattern piece. So. It's the cone of shame. Now I feel like Toby. Okay. I think I'm ready to wrap things up now. I finished that. Any questions before I do? Oh, good question, Dandisja. What are the colors for that dress? I don't know yet. It's actually really exciting. I'm going to be getting my fabrics soon. And then I'll be finding out what my fabrics are, what I'm going to need to interface it with in order to get it to stand out the way I want it to stand out, whether I'm going to trim it in a wire or, you know, what kind of rigging that I have to do, because there's a lot of interesting design challenges, because if you look, the shoulders aren't on the shoulders. Those are supported outside of the shoulders. But yes, I will be figuring out how to rig this whole dress so it is actually wearable. And I don't know my fabrics yet, but I'm kind of excited to find out what they're going to be. I will let you guys know exactly what they are, because I plan on taking you guys through this project till completion. Yeah, I'm hoping white, because one, like, most likely won't be white, because the person who commissioned me to do this piece is also the same person who I worked together with on these pieces. So I bet it's going to be super colorful, like really colorful. So it should be very, very interesting. But okay, that's what I plan on working with. I am going to be live tomorrow, which is Sunday, on Odin Makes channel, Odin Makes. So we're going to be working on the proton pack, probably getting more grinding done. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's where I'm at today, and I will see you guys soon. No regular schedule for when I'm going to go live next, but once I get my fabric, I will definitely show you guys what I got, and then kind of we'll build the game plan from there. All right, thank you. I'll see you guys later. Have a nice evening. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.